Something has survived. And that's corporate greed, because a magnificent standalone movie became a franchise with painfully diminishing returns. But hey, I'm not here to rag on the Jurassic Park sequels. I like some of them. MIB is a friend to the dinosaurs. No, I'm here to rag on the video games to the Jurassic Park sequels, starting with The Lost World. So buckle up, cause Daddy's angry. No, I'm kidding. Some of these games are actually pretty cool. Hey Andy, I got a new delivery today.
Ooh, that smells like it came from Japan.
Sure did. High five. This is my newest delivery from Buy.jp, the service I use to buy from Japanese websites and bid on Japanese auctions. Otherwise, I'd never get this Matsui Godzilla plushie.
This smells like a future Playtime episode.
Sure does. Boop. Space Godzilla. It's a little Bon Presto toy. Isn't he cute?
He smells like a new character on that plushie show you started.
Andy, look at these Godzilla patches. They are so cute and cool, just like you, old sport.
Who you calling old?
Sign up for Buy.jp using the link in my description. You'll get 2,000 yen to start your shopping and find things you'll never find in the States, at least without paying astronomical prices. Use my link for Buy.jp. It helps the channel too. Back when we looked at every Jurassic Park video game released around the time of the first Jurassic Park movie, many of them acted as direct sequels to the events of the film. But in 1997, the real sequel to Jurassic Park hit theaters, The Lost World. So what should the video games do now? Today we're gonna find out by looking at every video game made based on The Lost World Jurassic Park. Like we did in the Jurassic Park video, we're starting on the 16-bit Sega Genesis. Lost World on the Genesis, I can't wait. Do you remember how for the first movie, Genesis made two batshit crazy side-scrollers where you could ride dinosaurs and shoot helicopters? Yeah, and meanwhile Nintendo was doing this boring top-down bullshit where you just walk around and collect icons. Fuck that. I can't wait to see what kind of balls-to-the-wall action Genesis has in store for the Lost World. It's top-down shit where you walk around and collect icons. No! Genesis, no! Why the fuck would they switch to this format? Ah, biscuits. Oh my god, the screen shift is out of control. This isn't even like Jurassic Park on Super Nintendo. This is like Jurassic Park on Amiga. Why does the screen drift like this? Where the fuck do I even go? These arrows aren't very helpful. Do I wander into the trees? No. Oh yeah, I forgot the weather forecast called for one single tiny cloud to just drift on by 10 feet above my head. I keep hearing a dinosaur, but then these harmless birds fly by. They always fly by the moment you hear an off-screen dinosaur, maybe just to make you waste your bullets. Who even am I in this game? Dr. Ian Malcolm was the main protagonist of The Lost World Jurassic Park, but according to this game's booklet, I'm just some random dinosaur bounty hunter. I guess they didn't want to turn Malcolm into Rambo like they did for Alan Grant in the other games. Let's see if the pause menu has any help. So look at this. We're still doing that strong connection between Jurassic Park and computers. Even though The Lost World wasn't as computer-focused as the first movie. I wish these computers in these games included solitaire, because playing solitaire on the pause screen would be more fun than playing this game. Oh, thank God, a car. Maybe I could drive over some shit I couldn't walk through. When this thing hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Oh my God, I can't steer this thing. Why is it so hard to turn the direction I want? Driving this car is a nightmare. I was having better luck on foot. This guy's just drunk driving around Isla Sorna. Fuck, I can't drive. What is this, Pride Rock? Now there are other hunters shooting at me. These trailers are the first thing I've seen to even evoke the movie. The game does try to mix things up, like here I'm on a motorcycle and I have to fire missiles into the dinosaur's taint. Something like this would have worked better on the SNES. I feel like I'm on a speeder bike zipping through the forest of Endor. My God, these trees are annoying. Also, it begs the question, how the hell is the dinosaur getting through all these trees? If anything, it should be clearing me a path. The Lost World on Genesis should have stayed lost. So apparently this game has a ton of cheat codes and Easter eggs, like these secret messages I get on the password screen. Like if you enter Jason Fry, you get a message that says, "Don't worry, be happy." I would be happy if I were playing a better game. Entering Nacy lists a bunch of these old systems and says, "Don't forget them." Entering Mariana says, "I will love you forever, I hope." And I am genuinely curious if these two are still together, assuming they ever were. Because statistically speaking, Mariana's probably on her second marriage by now, sitting on Facebook trying to convince her old high school classmates to join her MLM. Like Jurassic Park before it, The Lost World got a game on Sega's Game Gear. Same box art, completely different game. But look, a computer. Yep, more computer babble. So you're a random hunter again. You pick a level on the map, and then you gotta make sure you got everything. Gun, body armor, compy. Yeah, so in this game, you start as a human, but later you get to play as a compy that the hunter befriends. Alrighty then. Here's the wild thing, some graphical elements look neat. It's just too bad this game sucks Dino's dino dick. I guess as a portable side-scroller, it's not that bad. Oh hey, you look nice. It feels a lot like the first Jurassic Park on Game Gear all in all. But where's my life meter? My t-shirts? You mean this guy's walking around in multiple layers, and each time he gets hit, he just rips a layer off? Too bad he doesn't go all the way down to bareback.
Hey, have you seen my keys? No, they're not here? Oh, fuck.
Playing as a compy is a nice differentiator, but the compy doesn't wear t-shirts, so he can only take one hit! One hit! And then it's game over. How cruel is that? Fucking impaled. Again, I give this game credit for its attempt to mix things up, like this level where the car is trying to escape Godzilla Rex over here. Honestly, between the two games, I prefer this one to the Genesis one, but I still wouldn't say this is anything super special. Oh, but you know what? The Lost World has the distinction of being the last video game ever released on Game Gear in North America. This game was so bad, they shut the whole console down. Shut it down! Unlike Jurassic Park, Nintendo didn't do a whole lot with The Lost World. One game on Game Boy, and that was it. And the art is kinda similar to the art on the Sega games. Let's see what the Game Boy game has to offer. That kinda looks like it says Jurassic Dark. Yet again, you're a random guy sent to the island to collect dino stuff. Do any of these games even try to adapt the actual movie? I know the movie has groups smuggling dinosaurs, but it also has characters, plot beats, stuff like that. All these games so far are games that could have come out at any time. They didn't have to wait for The Lost World. You might have noticed the sprite animation is kinda unique here. Also, this guy can jump super high, and thank God. He can also punch dinosaurs. I like this guy. Put him in a movie. So yep, it's one of those deals where I can't progress until I find all of an item, in this case eggs. It's pretty generous with health recovery, I'll give it that. It's not bad by any means. If I bought it when it was new and played it on the go, I might have enjoyed it a lot. But looking at the bigger picture, it's once again not bringing that extra oomph, that special something. It's missing the magic. Hey, just like the movie! Jumping back to Sega, just like with Jurassic Park, Sega brought The Lost World to arcades with a light gun machine. In this game, you're part of a rescue team looking for Ian Malcolm and Sarah Harding. Finally, a connection to the film! The Jurassic Park arcade game was out of its fucking mind, and it was non-stop chaos. In this one, they dialed that back. Maybe because this time they said no to drugs. It's a linear game. It takes itself seriously even when it gets crazy. Best comparison, this game is House of the Dead 2 with dinosaurs. With a little love and some tenderness. Yeah, you shoot the dinosaurs, you save people. The graphics look really good. I remember playing this in arcades and I loved it. It's one of those games where even if I wasn't playing it, I'd watch the kids who were. And the part that stuck in my mind the most after all these years was shooting this poor Brontosaurus's ass. Why even? And this guy taking a shit. They didn't have to throw that in there, but they did. What am I, in Lake Placid now? Reportedly, this game almost got ported to the Sega Dreamcast, but plans were canceled. Oh, that would have been a great addition to a home library. It's a crime that didn't happen. Anyway, this is a great game, probably my favorite that we'll cover today. If you ever get an opportunity to play the actual arcade machine, take it. Otherwise, play it at home any way you can. Moving on, remember when I showed you the Tiger Electronics handheld Jurassic Park game? Well, there was one for the Lost World as well, but not in America. It was in territories like the UK, and here's what it looks like. Yep. It's the same Jurassic Park Tiger game, just in a new case and different art in the background. Just some interesting trivia for you. The Lost World had a game on Gamecom. That's not a website, that's a 1997 handheld console Tiger Electronics made.
Begs to be touched! Wires you to the internet! And it plays more games than you idiots have brain cells!
Yeah, one day Tiger got mad at everyone for laughing at all their LCD games, so they made the first portable touchscreen console with internet connectivity ever. And it bombed! Which is why this is the first time a lot of you are even hearing about this. Also, I really want to call it Game.com, but I guess it's just called Gamecom. That's annoying. And are you ready for a real tickle in your ass? This is one of the better looking games I've showed today. In this game, you get to choose between actual characters in the movie, Sarah Harding, or Hunter Roland Tembo, and honestly, I'm shocked more games don't have you play as Tembo. But the graphics look alright, it looks like a decent side-scroller. Having not played it, and only by watching this video though, it looks like it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Sound design is a weakness too. The music is so minimal. The characters sound like they have an orgasm whenever they're hit. Side note, in March of 1998, a Godzilla video game was announced for Gamecom, probably to tie to the TriStar film, but that title was cancelled. Gamecom wasn't the only Tiger Electronics system to get a Lost World game. Ever hear of the R-Zone? No? R-Zone was Tiger's answer to Nintendo's Virtual Boy. As if Nintendo's Virtual Boy needed a fucking answer. Also, apparently R-Zone 2 had a cancelled Godzilla video game. So excuse me while I slip this cartridge in here, and then strap this goddamn thing around my head. The things I do for this channel. And then I'll cover one eye, because Tiger forgot we all have two eyes, so the lens only hovers over one. I absolutely despise that this game is the most money I spent on anything in this video. Yes, really. So in this game, you ride a jeep or motorcycle through the island. There's a giant dinosaur ahead of you, but also dinos are attacking on the sides, and you just kinda stick your gun out and shoot everything that moves. You'll have to forgive me for absolutely sucking in this footage, but as you might imagine, playing in R-Zone and recording it at the same time is no easy task. In fact, what you're seeing here is clearer than what you actually see wearing the R-Zone headpiece, because on that, the video is reflected on a piece of clear plastic. Actually playing Lost World on R-Zone might look a little more like this. You don't need me to tell you this whole gaming experience sucks, do you? How bad does a game and a console have to be where I'd actually prefer to be playing this one on one of those cheap Tiger handhelds? At least I'd be able to see the goddamn thing better. Yeah, I know about that other thing Tiger put out where you could play R-Zone games on the portable blah blah blah. I spent more time online trying to figure out what the R in R-Zone stood for than I did actually playing the R-Zone. I never found a solid answer, so I'm going to assume it stands for really shitty. And just because the Lost World didn't have a Tiger LCD handheld, it doesn't mean it didn't have an LCD handheld. This is Final Flight by Milton Bradley. And get this, it's not bad at all. You're flying a helicopter, an X-Wing, I don't know. Pteranodons are flying toward you, and you have left and right guns you can fire at them, but limited ammo. And you have to save the people who are running on the ground before the raptors get them. Every once in a while, you make it to a drop-off point where you land, unload your people, and get an ammo refill. Then you go back up in the air and do it again. Hitting a certain amount of points lets you progress to the next level. For an LCD game, it does some pretty good work with perspective, and also making you feel like you can actually shift left and right as you fly. Kinda weird that there's a button that's only function is to show you a high score, but okay. Seriously, I know it's en vogue to rag on LCD games of this era, and I do, but this one's pretty good. Feels more like a Jurassic Park 3 game, but it's still cool. This one's called Raptor Run, and it's also by Milton Bradley, and it's a bit more complicated. You're the person here who kind of walks around, and then you scan things, and when blips show up, you put a cursor on them, and then this orb up here will tell you if it's a person to save or a raptor to shoot. Who thought of this? Like, where do you come up with this? It's so interesting. I guess they were trying to make you feel like military, and you're using this special device with camo on it, and you've got mock radar tech to track raptors. But you know what? I don't like it. I don't like it. 1997 was a very transitional year in video game history, so now we're venturing into consoles that weren't around yet when the first Jurassic Park dropped, including the Sega Saturn and the original PlayStation, which both got the same game. And can I just say, it's the same game, but the box art is different. After all these other instances where the games are different, but the art is the same, now the game is the same, but the art is different. Well, the game starts with the DreamWorks boy being eaten. It takes balls to eat your own corporate mascot. I remember this game getting a lot of pomp when it was released, so I'm looking forward to this. And we're leaning hard into that computer motif again. You can play as dinosaurs from the film, starting with a little compy here. Graphics look really nice for the time. It's a 2D with the appearance of some 3D. Okay, I get to bite these little guys, no issue. Gotta say, the score in this game's really good. Oh, this little flower hurts me. That's a little weird, but okay. Where do I go? Okay, I probably have to do some platforming and get on that ledge. Oh, I missed it there. Missed again. Overshot it. Why is it so hard to get on this ledge? It is absolutely absurd how difficult simple platforming is. That's the downfall of this game. It looks good, it sounds good, but it controls like absolute dog shit. It's astonishing how sloppy the controls are. And you need to figure out how to compensate for those shitty controls and figure out how to work around them. This is heartbreaking because this could have been the best game we looked at today. Things fare a little better as a human. This could have been the whole game and I don't think anyone would have been upset. Definitely controls better than a compy, but some of the same issues remain. Playing as a raptor is probably my favorite in this game, but Jesus! Why does it take so many bites to kill a human? Hit detection in this game is wonky. Am I even biting this guy right now? Seriously, the raptor kills were more satisfying in the Genesis Jurassic Park game than this. The foreground stuff is annoying. Visually it looks nice, but it just obscures so much. Eating your kills for health is a nice touch. Alright, it's time for the big guns. T-Rex time. And there's no way to screw this up, right? What is hurting me now? What this puddle? T-Rex can't walk over mud without dying? I have to jump over these things like Mario. Remember all that jumping T-Rex did in the movie? Do you remember when the T-Rex was loose in San Diego and then he stepped in a puddle and fucking died? Tossing raptors around is pretty cool, but they could team up on you pretty quick. Rex looks good, but I'm not feeling a sense of enormity playing as him. I don't feel like I'm shaking the ground as I walk. It just kind of feels like a slight step up in size from the raptor, but now I'm slower and less agile. You can actually play as Sarah Harding in this game, and oh, I guess this is a chase level. Run, Sarah! Oh, the spikes killed her fast. God, this game is frustrating. Not just because of its difficulty, but because it got so many things right that the things it does wrong really show. Also connecting it to the movie in this game is actual footage of Ian Malcolm talking to you. Although honestly, I think this is footage of Jeff Goldblum talking to you, just being Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, if you can hear me, congratulations. Way to go. Way to go. You made it through. Now you know what you should do? Turn the thing off, for heaven's sakes, and go outside. You know, breathe the air, take a walk, call a member of the opposite sex. You know what I'm talking about.
Hello?
Yeah, is this your mom? There's another Jurassic Park game on the PlayStation called Warpath, and while not necessarily a Lost World game, I'd figure I'd cover it since there's a spin-off that came out in 1999 before Jurassic Park 3. And this is a fighting game. Why not? We've had some side-scrollers, point-and-clicks, shooters. Fighting game. Fuck it, let's go. Cool art. You start with 8 playable dinosaurs, and you can grind to unlock 6 more. Of note, one of the unlockables is the Spinosaurus, who happened to be the big bad in Jurassic Park 3. That's right. To recoup the costs of Jurassic Park, John Hammond started an illegal dinosaur fighting ring. In my headcanon. Alright, graphics work. The dino models look fine, and I like the different environments in this game and their elements of interactivity. I like how bloody matches get. Sorry, why is this asshole running around in the middle of a dinosaur fight? Yeah, things run around so you can eat them and get some health. Everything's in order, so why don't I love this game? I mean, I like it, but I feel like I should love it. For one, it's very bare bones. There's little opening presentation, nothing but credits in the closing presentation. No power meter, no finishing moves. There's not a lot of meat on the boner. That's an expression, right? Meat on the boner? There's no customization with amount of rounds, and Jesus Christ, that's a big raptor. That's a mega raptor. And the size disparity relative to what you're familiar with from the movies is noticeable. I'd say jarring. I'm in San Diego now, and is that a dog? Oh God, please don't tell me you eat the dog for health. Don't make me do it. Don't. Oh, fuck, I got it. Oh, it's hanging out of my mouth. Forgive me, Jesus. Oh God, oh Andy, I'm sorry. Oh God, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. The worst part is that the T-Rex eating a dog is more movie accurate than most of the games we've looked at today. Moves are okay. I mean, they're dinosaurs. Everything is a variation of a bite or a tail whip. But even with the potential for killer combos, you can easily button mash your way to victory on your first time playing. Still, I can understand why others love this game, particularly Jurassic Park fans or general dinosaur fans, and I understand why people have nostalgia for it. You don't have to think hard to understand why dinosaurs ripping into each other kicks ass. To me, it's good. Certainly good enough. Maybe a little janky. I like it, but I hate that I don't love it. But I definitely prefer it to the Lost World game we played right before this. Last, we're moving over to the PC, which had 2 games. The first is the Lost World Chaos Island. And listen to this.
Mr. Hammond's on the radio.
Oh, tell him I stepped out.
Too late for that, old boy. I've got too much invested in this mission.
Yeah, this game not only actually has to do with the Lost World, but it got the actors and the cast to voice it. The plot runs somewhat parallel to the movie. It starts with Malcolm, Nick, and Eddie on their way to find Sarah. And viewer, I have just one question for you. Do you like computers in your Jurassic Park games?
What am I looking at?
That's me, that's you. I'm the one waving my arms. With the help of this little number, we'll be able to track each other, tap into the internet, talk to Hammond.
Actually, here the computer motif makes sense as you're viewing the characters via satellite. The game is real-time strategy, point and clicky, but when you point on the characters to do something, they don't seem thrilled.
What is it? An interesting idea.
Especially Eddie.
Yeah, what? All right, I guess. I'm through. All right, I guess. Whatever.
You sound like a teenage girl, Eddie. Do you even like your job? You're gonna hear these voice clips a lot. Malcolm thinks everything is an interesting idea.
Interesting idea. Certainly. An interesting idea.
Walk 2 feet, interesting idea. Shoot compies, interesting idea. Yeah, you build tents, find things, fix things. It's very easy to follow this game. I think it's good entry level into the real-time strategy genre.
Certainly.
And you know what? It's not bad. It's enjoyable. It's got cool cinematics, and the voice acting adds a lot of legitimacy to it. It's not a great game, but it's certainly worth a look. But this game has a dark side to it. Here's Sarah about to go on a simple mission.
Right here.
And she's a lot more upbeat than the boys.
Can do.
I enjoy her can-do attitude.
Can do.
Let's just fix this bridge like it's nothing. Great work, Sarah. Oh, look, people.
Can do. Good idea. Can do.
She just...
Can do. Right. Good idea. Can do. Can do.
She just murdered them while saying it's a good idea.
Right.
Sarah Harding is a psychopath. They all are. Even Ian's daughter, Kelly.
Here I go. Kelly, here I go. You betcha. You got it. You got it. Here I go. You got it. Here I go.
Imagine this is the last thing you hear before being taken out by a 13-year-old girl.
Here I go. You got it. You got it. Here Kelly's hurt.
Whoops, she didn't make it. Good. And that's every video game for Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
No, it's not.
That's every video game for Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
But you forgot
That's every Fine. Yeah, there's a second PC game called Trespasser, and it takes place after The Lost World. And this game is infamous because it was highly ambitious, but ultimately released incomplete, and it's buggy as hell. Looks like I saved the worst for last. While Chaos Island had 6 voice actors from the movie, this game has 1.
By 1989, International Genetic Technologies had succeeded in their design to genetically recreate the dinosaurs.
So you're a character named Anne, and your plane crashed on Isla Sorna, and you're the only survivor. At first glance, this looks okay. I remember the early days of 3D gaming. There was a learning curve. This isn't awful. I get to look around in any boobies. I have boobies. Dude! What? Ah, geez, sorry. Hey, Anna's voiced by Minnie Driver from Good Will Hunting. Hey, do you like apples? Well, I got her boobies. How do you like them apples? I can move steel bars with my titties. Move these boxes, too. Oh, I'm gonna get motorboated by a T-Rex. So, the real problem with this game starts to shine when you use Anne's arm. Look at this arm. Picking up stuff, controlling it, it's all a bitch. And it just looks so rubbery and glitchy and awkward. Imagine real arms worked like this. You just know I'm queuing up a bit right now, right? This map is huge, and where are the dinosaurs?
Now eventually you do might have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right?
I got a bat, so if a raptor comes up to me, I'm gonna knock him so hard Dr. Wu will feel it. While wandering around, you hear snippets from John Hammond. I guess she's recalling when she read his book. I don't know.
My name is John Parker Hammond. I was born on March 14th, 1928.
Oh, no.
If I could just grab this gun. Come on! Come on! No, not the box! Now where'd the damn gun go? Oh, there it is.
Around 10?
Around 10 what? I want to smack myself around 10 times instead of playing this game.
9.
No, she actually keeps track of her bullets by counting. And this is because the developers went out of their way to not put any additional graphics or meters on the screen. Hell, her health bar is this heart tattoo on her boobie, which fills up when she's done. I fell off a cliff! Oh no, I can still move my head. Oh god, did I paralyze myself? This is awful! Now I have to sit here and wait to die! Oh look, dinosaurs.
The only true Jurassic native.
John, I really appreciate you saying that.
He really did it.
And I'm gonna undo it. Die!
7.
I shot that Brachiosaur in the ass, and he didn't even flinch. Legend. There's no way in hell I'm playing this whole game and dealing with all its problems. Like the other games today, I'm just giving you a feel. Uh-oh, a raptor. And just like that, I have a higher raptor kill count than Alan Grant. Its eyes are still open. Is it alive? I'm gonna have to do a mercy kill. Nope, its eyes just stay open. So despite this game's problems, there's a whole community who really appreciates its innovations, and they've made patches with fixes, they've made new levels. Trespasser has a place in video game history and has inspired many games since. The game was a failure on release, and it didn't help that it was overhyped, claiming to revolutionize gaming, but today it's probably discussed more than any other game in this video. It's kinda crazy when you think about it. Which of these games do you remember? Which do you love and which do you loathe? If you want me to review every game for Jurassic Park 3, be sure to support this video by liking and sharing. And don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.